Hello, in this video we're going to talk about adding and subtracting signed numbers. Signed numbers meaning that they could have a negative in front of it. And so let's go through some examples on how we do this. First example is negative 10 plus 15. And so some people like to use a number line to be able to figure this out. You're more than welcome to draw a number line. So if we are at, here's our 15 here. Well, actually, let's undo that. Let's draw the tick marks that we need. Okay, so if we have negative 10 here, what that means is we're going to start at negative 10 and it says to add 15. So add means we're going to go towards the positive. 15 spaces. So we're going to do 15 hops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So we land here. We need to know what number that is. So let me put some numbers on here. So here's 0. So if that's 0, then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it landed on 5, so our answer is positive 5. So negative 10 plus 15 equals 5. So a number line can be extremely useful in these cases. All right, next example, negative 6 plus a negative 5 plus 7. So again, we do this in pieces. Negative 6 plus a negative 5. Again, you can use a number line. That's totally fine. Also remember that there's some other tricks to this that we can use, and I'll talk about those in just a second. Okay, so here's our number line. I put negative 6 on there. That's our starting point. So negative 6, we're adding, but we're adding a negative 5. So if we're adding a negative 5, that means we're going to go towards the negative side. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spaces, right? This would be adding a negative 5. So here now we're at negative 11. But we need to add 7. So adding 7 means we're going towards the positive. So now that we're here, we want to go 7 spaces the other direction. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 is where we landed. And if we look, that's going to be negative 4. So our answer is going to be negative 4. Now I said I was going to talk about another way to look at this because this one tends to be a little tricky for people. When I have a negative 6 plus a negative 5. So if you think about that, you borrowed $6 and you borrowed $5 more, then that means you owe that person $11. So you're negative 11 at that point. And then you pay them back $7, so that means you just owe them $4 more left. So sometimes putting it into a context can help as well. Next example says evaluate z plus z plus z for x equals 2, y equals negative 3, and z equals negative 4. So notice in this one, they give us a whole lot of extra information. If I want z plus z plus z, then all I need to know is what z is equal to. So we have -4 plus a -4 plus a -4. So again, that same idea. I borrowed $4 and I borrowed another $4. Now I owe $8. And now I borrow another $4. So that means that I owe a total of $12. Next example. -18 minus 4. So notice here they have a whole slew of parentheses, but it's just to help keep things in order, make things look nice. So we have -18 minus 4. So again, a number line might be helpful. So if we are here at -18 and it says minus, that means I need to go towards the negative. So in that case, I need to go 4 spaces towards the negative because I'm subtracting 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's the -4. And so where am I? So that's -19, -20, -21, -22. Okay. So what you're starting to see is that if I add a negative number is the same as subtracting a positive number. Okay. All right, last example for this video. 2 1/6 minus 5 2/3. So first and foremost, we need to change these mixed numbers to improper fractions. So take the whole number times the denominator and add the numerator. So 2 times 6 is 12 plus 1 is 13. Keep the same denominator. 5 times 3 is 15. 15 plus 2 is 17. Keep the same denominator. And again, how do we subtract fractions? We need a common denominator. In this case, it is 6. They both go into 6. So how do we get from 6 to 6? We don't really need to do anything, so that one stays. But how do we get from 3 to 6? We multiply by 2. And again, now we got to figure out what is 17 times 2. That gives us 34. In subtracting, we subtract the numerators but keep the denominator. So now we have 13 minus 34. Again, a calculator is totally fine as well. Just keep it on track with your signs. So we get -21 divided by 6. And we need to change that to a mixed number. So 21 divided by 6 goes in 3 times. 3 times 6 is 18. So 21 minus 18 is 3. 6, but we need to reduce our fractions. 3 goes into both of those. 3 goes into 3 once. 3 goes into 6 twice. So we get -3.5 because the negative sign stays. So that's it for this. If you have any questions as you go through the lesson, please make sure to ask your teacher. Have a great day.